Hello artists, welcome back. This week, Arty visited Great Britain. Let's take a look at some of the artworks that inspired him to visit here. This is a silver tea kettle. You can see lots of details like the letters carved into the side of the teapot, the wooden handle, and the hinged lid. People make tea to drink it, but you can also use tea to paint with, just like watercolor paint. Let's learn to make tea paintings. To make your tea watercolor, you're going to need a few things. First, you need a cup of water and some tea bags. The first thing you do is take your tea bags and just drop them in your water. These are going to sit there for about 5 minutes and they're just going to slowly change color to get darker. The other things you need are paper, a pencil, and a paintbrush. So I'm going to set my tea over here on the side, and what I'm going to do is brainstorm and think about the kinds of things that I want to paint. So my tea watercolor is going to be just like regular watercolor. And watercolor artists do a lot of different things. You can paint almost anything with watercolor. A lot of artists will paint things from nature like flowers or trees. So brainstorm an idea while I wait for my tea to be ready. So while I waited for my tea to brew up, I did a little bit of a sketch here. So I did a drawing of a teacup, and then I added some extra little things on the side. To make my tea painting, I'm just going to do some really easy watercolor painting. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and dip right into my tea here, which you can see is a really beautiful dark color. So I'm just going to dip in, and then I'm just going to start using my tea like regular paint. So you can see this is a really light color. In order to get the kind of colors that I'm going to get, I'm going to do layers and layers of paint over time. Another really cool thing about making tea paintings is how many different kinds of tea there are. So there's this kind of tea, which is black tea, but there are also other kinds of tea like green tea that have different colors. You can use whatever kind of tea you like to make your tea paintings at home. So I'm just going to go over my whole painting and cover up the whole drawing here, and then I'm going to wait for it to dry and keep adding layers of paint on. So here's my final painting. This was 2 layers of my tea paint. Wait for your painting to fully dry before you move it. I hope you enjoyed making your tea painting. Arty's coming back to the museum this weekend for the reopening of Artways. Make sure you join us on Sundays for cool art projects and to see more art from around the world.